A dashboard provides a snapshot overview of the overall performance against any particular framework. 3 types of dashboards are provided as part of the Caricom monitoring system: country, thematic, and Caricom. In this video, we are going to understand Thematic Dashboard. Thematic Dashboard represents the progress made by a selected thematic area in the framework you are viewing. Different graphs have been used to present data and visualize the current status of a thematic area in a particular framework. In this video, we will explain in more detail about how to interpret these graphs and what kind of information can be retrieved after interpreting these graphs. Starting from top, we have provided a drop-down where we will have to select any one thematic area. Relatively, the graphs will represent the progress of the selected thematic area. Moving downwards, the first graph, which is progress for early childhood development, which is a thematic area that we have selected in the drop-down, represents the progress of selected thematic area based on all the countries. A pyramid chart is displayed, which is further bifurcated into many divisions. These divisions are created based on the status types created by Framework Manager. So in this graph there are currently 5 bifurcations, which mean in this framework there are 5 status types. Each division in the pyramid graph has been assigned a color of status type to identify and interpret actual data. Now, as you can see, there are numbers associated with the status. The number represents the total number of fully achieved benchmarks under this thematic area. Now let us understand how it calculates. So for example, there are 8 benchmarks in a thematic area and there are 10 countries. So system will multiply 8 benchmarks into 10 countries, leaving 80 benchmarks. Now out of the 80 benchmarks, how many benchmarks are fully achieved? So it suggests that there are total 27 benchmarks under this thematic area which are fully achieved. Now let us understand the gauge meter. Gauge meter is used over here to capture the overall progress of the selected thematic area. So suppose there is a thematic area which has 5 benchmarks. Then the gauge meter shows the progress of the selected thematic area on all the 5 benchmarks, which will be a cumulative report for all the countries reporting on 5 benchmarks of the selected thematic area. Now let us understand which these percentage means. Overall progress is derived from the average of country progress and regional progress. Country progress is the progress of those benchmarks where the country focal point users have reported progress, while regional progress is the progress of regional benchmarks, where the Framework Manager has reported progress. Lastly, this gauge meter will also compare the current progress with the progress 6 months ago. Let us further move down to progress by country. This graph displays the progress of a thematic area based on countries on monthly basis. This is a moving chart. A play-pause button is provided where if a user clicks on play then the graph will be played, and as the slider moves, so will the month and year change over here. The month and year displayed over here indicates the progress of a thematic area based on countries, as displayed in the graph. Functionality has also been provided over here where the user will be able to select any month and year from the drop-down, which will change the start month and year for progress by country graph. By default, the start of the graph will be 2 years before the current date, but if the user wishes to change, then they will be able to change it from the drop-down provided over here, in which case the chart will move monthly. Additionally, a view report link is provided over here. Clicking on it will open a pop-up containing the data of progress for every registered country for a selected thematic area on monthly basis, in a tabular format. The next chart is progress by benchmark type. This graph shows. This graph displays the progress of a benchmark type bifurcated on basis of countries. Additionally, a drop-down has been provided where the user will be able to select any benchmark type for which they want to see the progress. Additionally, a view report link is provided over here. Clicking on it will open a pop-up containing the data of progress for all the registered countries, for the selected benchmark type, for a selected thematic area, in a tabular format. Moving down is progress by benchmarks for thematic area. This graph represents the overall progress of a benchmark for all the countries. In this graph, each and every benchmark of the selected thematic area will be listed with its progress for all the countries. Additionally, a view report link is provided over here. Clicking on it will open a pop-up containing the % progress for each benchmark of the selected thematic area, in a tabular format. Now let us understand status report against selected thematic area. In this table we will be able to view the name of all the benchmarks of the selected thematic area in an accordion view. Clicking on any benchmark row will expand the row, and the updated status of the benchmark will be displayed for all the countries. In benchmark listing, we will be able to view country name, status of the benchmark and statement on progress, country focal point, who updated the benchmark, date on which the benchmark was updated, and a link to visit the status history page. Functionality has been provided where we will also be able to export the table in PDF, Excel, and Word extension files. Additionally, functionality has been provided where we will be able to share Thematic Dashboard link with the help of these social media icons. For example, clicking on Facebook icon will open a new pop-up where we will have to provide respective login credentials, and thereafter click on Share button. Now the Thematic Dashboard link has been shared on your Facebook wall. Now let us see print functionality. We have provided print icon over here. Clicking on it will open a pop-up where the user will be able to view graphs of Thematic Dashboard. This functionality will be helpful in terms or group discussion and fact representations meetings. Thank you for watching the video. Please let us know if any query related to understanding of Thematic Dashboard.